Sign it.
There are no quick passage at the middle. There are no quick passage at the middle. Let people pass. There are big honorable cluster at the middle. So. Sure, right. Access, sure, right.
Don't go live.
Owoi. There we want for Lewi settled because the leadership they can now. There we the appeal for Lewi get Dixon Abotectable. There we are appeal for them to settle because the leadership they can.
We are not block the passage. People are going to come. We are big. All the passages that don't block them. More not cluster and middle, please. Not allow the passages that will flow. We are big. The program they can start. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want for Lewi ready for welcome the leadership, because at any moment from now, this wonderful press conference they commence.
So I got tickets for you, you can sponsor. Old school festival, so correct. Once everybody can check the camera.
No, for all the provisions, media,
Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak, the leadership they can now. They are the cameraman them. We also get for ensure say when you don't set your camera, please for now that people that want cameras and they let we go down. Then if you represent a media house, we not too not in for the front here. We just want for them to understand say one person can represent the media house on the front. So please, that the media house a representation are important. Then even the bloggers, whatever group where they represent, one person not enough. So there we go run that space, they will 10 person for them go down, they allow you understand and meeting will be. Then we were there up Nayaso as stakeholders of the party, there we appeal. So that we all take we seat, because as I speak so now, the leadership don't left upstairs the candle. They Yeah, let me open that space here because the leadership they can't do now. Yeah, let me open that space. The leadership they can't do now. Please let me open that space. The leadership is on its way. Then the ones for appeal. Yeah, let me open that space because the leadership is on its way. Yeah, we are appealing for them. We open that space because the leadership is on its way. And there we all wait in Ayaso, with the middle houses. There we appeal. When the program they commence, yeah, we appeal for them. We all go down. It's going to be a very short press conference, a very short one. It's going to be a very short press conference, direct to the point. We hit it on the head. We call it by its name. We say it as it is. Nothing more, nothing less. We will continue for our appeal, please. We APC media bloggers, let me just get one representative. Yeah, let me just get one representative. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak, the leadership they make entry of the press conference arena, but the security they say they have to check security status first. So when they check security status, then Adel will approve for the kind side. Chairman Adel will get the approval. Who the wait for your approval, sir?
That means the governor minister. Sorry guys, you are like
in the struggles of APC, The APC is a party we believe in its structures, and the APC will not compromise its structures, and the APC will work with its structures, and nothing will distract the APC. Not anything will divert us. We believe in our beliefs. No matter how long the night takes, the day is sure to come. And one day, someday, it will be our day. And no matter what, in the APC, all of us here, we believe. In the APC, we believe. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to continue for reminding us, say, the leadership is here, and the leadership is making its way now, but Chairman Adel still not approve it. And as for Lord and say, the man who lead the campaign successfully is here, Chairman Honorable Combo. We had a successful campaign. The election was not ours. The election is ours. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the chairman of the All People's Congress Party, Honorable Al-Ajib Mikhail Mansare, the deputy chairman, Ambassador Usman Fode Ansane, the deputy leader of the All People's Congress Party, Honorable China Ramadan Majuba, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, no less a personality, no less the man himself, the victor of the 2023 elections, the right Dr. Samura Kamara. Alright. So there we ask. Ladies and gentlemen, we appeal for the Alman Sidon. We appeal for the Alman Sidon because we want to do this press conference one at a go. Alright, let me sit down. Not true. Let me sit down. Alright. Now we ask all the people then, when the media houses them, let we go down. Please do not let we go down. Because at any moment from now, I will hand over the mic to the National Publicity Secretary, the defender of the All People's Congress Party, we're not a lesser person, but the right comrade, CD, Yaya Tunis, for like a comment the official part of the program. Over to you, sir, and God bless you. I say, now we get quietness. Hawaii. If you're not a media person, allow the media people. This is a press conference. We want the media to forget the priority for coverage. Dear. Comrades Hall, we can start this press conference now. And at the corner Kweku for lead we in Christian prayers quick. Let me listen, listen. Now sing one stanza and they will chorus. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. God, wonderful things will happen to you if you are faith in God. Our God and our Father, we want to thank you. Our God and our Father, we want to bless you. Papa God, I will beg you. Don't want to wake up, we can take message. Don't want to send message. Let them send the right message. Let them not send the wrong message. We pray for peace, unity, and harmony within the party, that the party will be blessed. We pray for the leadership, that the leadership will be blessed. Father God, we pray for unity, blessing and honor. In Jesus' name we pray. In Jesus' name we pray.
Sayyidina Muhammad. Now we pray. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawmun. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يصفه عنده إلا بإذنه. يعلم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم. ولا يؤتون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يئوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله حسبنا الله حسبنا الله. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة وما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة.
Thank you very much. Shukran Jazira. Comrades all, members of the Fourth Estate, good afternoon. Now stop this water business first. Now stop the water business first. It cause problem. Comrades all, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Fourth Estate, good afternoon. Dr. Samura Kamara, we can't listen. Now, Dr. Samura Kamara, we want hearing from. So then now we all listen. Now we all be quiet. Malam, now be quiet. Now we all be quiet. We will sit down. We get for understand say the whole joke. Now the only way people get for able to map. So now we be here. We said we are. We were sitting on we said the whole choke. So people just get for Timap. We were with Timap, let we serve Timap quietly, do ya? We were there up here, security. Now they make noise for we now. I say the entrance there. Mohammed. Now they make noise for we now. Good afternoon. I say yes. If you block your company, understand. Let's have one cover. Okay. You get tripod stand. That tripod stand they adjust. They go up. So put her up. Away. Good afternoon all. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll not get for waste time again. Few days ago, we all seen our social media and also from the media outlets at the party, we leader Dr. Samura Kamara put out a brief statement. And that statement was also followed by a media alert where informed the general public say the leader go address the nation today. And this gathering not just for that. On the high table, we get the leadership of the party at national level. We get the leadership at regional level. We get leadership at district level. We get leadership at NAC level. We get former flag bearer aspirants. We get comrades from all across this nation and even in the diaspora. And we get a good number of media houses where they are today. This program is live on some media live. And I'm sure Star they do the same. We also get the Dr. Samura Kamara platform where they cover this program live. And we also get with media bloggers them from various parts where they get platforms them where they carry this program live. We don't hear from we imam and we reverend. We don't pray to God. Because of the pressing time where we get, we'll not get to go through introductions again. I shall say we all know other than playing at the high table, at national level, regional level, district level, and even at constituency level. And we all know the NAC members, the way they are. Having said that, on behalf of the leadership of the All People's Congress, we're represented here at the highest level. Now me pleasure and me singular honor for hand over this mic to the leader of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Wilson Kamara, for address the nation. Thank you. Away! Okay. Who's are we there? Who's are we there? Do ya? I know keep quiet, small, low, listen to ourselves. I know so we're all anxious today. And they pray God, let us not disappoint you now. Let us not disappoint the country. But I know you assist me for do one thing. Do ya? Yesterday, now big day for we. Now big day for the country, now big day for the party. We all know what they talk about. Not so. The pillar and the anchor of the APC party is celebrate 70 years birthday yesterday. This not a mean achievement. Bible they say 70. For them to reach that stage there. You forget manana also. You forget the love and protection of God. So on your behalf, on we all behalf, I want to send hearty congratulations to Ram and wish him the best we wish for himself. May God bless him. I want to sing one song for let we reaffirm with faith that anything what they do in the world, now God. Once again, when I permit me, let's sing it one more time. I beg. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Wonderful things will happen to you if you have faith in God. Amen. Amen. This now they carry the APC. This now they carry we all. And this now they make sure say we redeem Salome. And we restore salvation to this beautiful country what we call Salome. Let God bless you all. My fellow Sierraleoneans, I am addressing you today in anticipation of the agreed dialogue between the APC party and the current bill-led, illegitimate SLPP regime. I am addressing you today on the political stalemate following the rigged June 24, 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections. The subsequent stealing of our mandates, the mandate of the people, and after that, what has transpired thereafter. Let me start by apologizing to you all for the distress, the suffering, and the pain which, directly or indirectly, we all have incurred and continue to endure. As a result of an election fraud, or what we call an electoral coup of historic proportions, meaning that what happened to us on that fateful day is very much unprecedented. It never happened in this country. This is the worst that has ever happened to democratic Sierra Leone. And let me, at the outset, state that I consider it a bounden duty to right this wrong. And I ask all well-meaning Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leone to join me in this divine quest with the strongest conviction and determination in order to save our democracy and the future of our country. Both of these we have so assiduously nurtured over the years, and more particularly since the end of the 11-year civil conflict that befell and devastated our country. The deliberate actions of Mr. Mohammed Kone and his cohorts of the Electoral Commission in the June 2023 elections
stand as an unforgivable sin against the people of Sierra Leone. But having said that, being arrogantly unaware of the fundamental and disastrous implications to his carefully and consciously designed electoral fraud, Mr. Kone has shown no regret or remorse regarding what he has brought upon the people, what he has brought upon the loyal voters, what he has brought upon the country, and unknowingly to him, what he has also brought upon this illegitimate government. At the same time, he has always brought the same to our international partners who observe the election processes with a view to ensuring that the right things were done and that the results were transparent. The results were credible. They were fair. And that these results reflect the people's vote. Sometimes I sit back and ask this question. Why did we, the people, go out to vote in our large numbers and with the strongest determination ever demonstrated in Sierra Leone? Why? It has been a little over 3 months since the hasty announcement of the results of our June 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Mohamed Kone. And it is so without making public any supporting polling station vote counts, despite repeated requests and demands for him to do so from political parties, including the APC, the international and domestic election observer missions, and the voters. It is therefore obvious by now that the results announced by Mr. Kone on June 26 and June 27 did not represent the will and true choice of the people. In spite of the massive and intense intimidation, violence, and malpractices that marred elections, the people's choice was very clear. In order to arrest and then quickly recover from the painful experiences of the pauper regime. The elections were a choice of hope over fear, a choice for unity over divisiveness and broken promises, a choice for decent and accountable public institutions over heavily politicized institutions, and a choice for the political tolerance over continued authorization of political opponents. We're voting, and we voted, hoping that the results that came out would have given us the opportunity to stop the several arrests, intimidation of our people, especially political opponents. Indeed, without any iota of doubt, the people of Sierra Leone voted, believing very strongly that I, Samura, Matthew, Winston Kamara, as their next president, I, Samura Matthew Winston Kamara, as our next president, will credibly work with them to address our abject poverty, to address a polarized and tribalized nation, and to address an unbearable rise in the cost of living. Today, the Leone, our currency, is on a free fall. Today, the cost of basic necessities, including fuel, food, transportation, healthcare, education, housing, and household electricity, all are rising exponentially, and they have done so since 2018. No stop. No policy to stop them. If I have a gun, I would have shot at them to stop. However, when it became obvious that the violence, intimidation, and election malpractices used had not dampened the spirit of the voters, Mr. Kone and his cohorts went ahead to announce his unverified results, thereby claiming victory and a re-election of President Julius Maada Bio. In doing so, he also announced unelected seats for the SLPP candidates in areas where, in our slightest estimation, the SLPP would never ever dream of winning seats except by rigging. Why Mr. Kone's announced election results lack credibility? What President Bio and his government are claiming is not victory. It is a coup against the will of the people. As a country, we wholeheartedly reject this blatant electoral coup and usurpation of our common will. We cannot accept an illegitimate takeover of government by force of arms or by fraudulent means. We cannot allow ourselves to be subjected to a premature end to our hard-earned democracy by a president and a regime that want to retain power despite an abysmal 5 years record of bad governance, record of unprovoked human rights violations, record of several uninvestigated extrajudicial killings, a bad record of superintending an economy that is now on the brink of irreparable collapse, and above all, of massive electoral rigging just to retain power. The Frenchman, they can say, ce n'est pas ça. It is not so. It is not correct. What has happened to Sierra Leone since 2018, and in particular on June 24, is not how democracy and politics should thrive in any civilized context. Before, during, and after the elections, our people have suffered politically, socially, and economically, losing their dignity, losing properties and relatives, being displaced and forced to live in constant fear or hiding from their neighbors. I need not rewind the clock to the trials and tribulations of the APC party and its unwavering supporters in particular. We in the APC have endured during these last years, 3 years of power regime, tremendous sacrifice. Our journey under the leadership of President Bill has been fraught with unprecedented challenges, each one testing our resolve and our commitment. Our resolve and commitment to restoring diplomatic development momentum, to restore social justice, and to restore once again our lost democracy. I feel your pain, and I remain terribly shocked at the length to which the power regime's desperation has been stretched just to retain power. In this context, as presidential candidate for the main opposition party, on whom the security, the future prospects, and the positive direction of Sierra Leone lie, I did not and could not accept the June 24 election result. Let me emphatically and fearlessly reiterate that the APC and its presidential, parliamentary, and local government candidates clearly won the June 2024 elections. Let me emphatically and fearlessly reiterate that the APC and its presidential, parliamentary, and local government candidates clearly won the June 24, 2023 elections. We in the APC, we won this June 2023 elections just as we did in March 2028 elections. 2018, yeah? Good. So you see, win yesterday, win back today. God bless you. Why were the June 24, 2023 elections not about Samura Kamara and or the APC party per se? For me, The June 24 elections were not about Samura Kamara or the APC per se. The elections were about us defining a secure future for our beloved Sierra Leone. The elections were about making a choice between democracy or a civilian junta rule. The elections were meant to determine the type of democratic governance we want. A governance system in which the Constitution is respected and remains respected by all, regardless of your status, regardless of the region you come from, regardless of your tribe. We have only one national constitution, and we must respect that constitution to its letter. The elections were meant to raise new questions about how we hold ourselves accountable as leaders, and how, as leaders, we are willing to put behind us the issues that divide us and work collectively in the interest of our suffering masses. The June 24, 2023 elections were meant to usher in a new, tolerant, caring, and listening dispensation. A dispensation in which we can chart together a new course for a stronger, independent, and impartial justice system, as well as a honorable election management system. And how we can mitigate police brutality while putting back our public institutions on civilian check. Overall, we went into an election on June 2023 with a strong desire to change the course of the present economic hardship while restoring public trust and confidence, without which there can be no meaningful and sustainable economic turnaround. Many of you who know Samura Kamara very well should know that violence, false promises, despotism, sweet talking, or camouflaged personalities are not in his nature. This Samura Kamara is a different breed. I want every well-meaning sierraleonean to know that what we have witnessed in recent times is what tyranny and usurpation look like. Yeah. The rigging of the June 24 elections was just a small part of this government in its determination to derail our post-conflict reconstruction effort. After the war, we needed to move forward. By their behavioral pattern, they have also embarked on several other actions to reverse our hard-earned, hard-won democratic achievements, to destroy the unity, the peace, and the stability we have built and enjoyed over the years. and to install a totalitarian system built on fear, intimidation, and ethno-jingoism. Elections are not a do or die race for the transparent and accountable politician. Elections are only a do or die affair for those who fear competition and those who have something to hide. Elections are a do or die desperation for those who think more for themselves and about themselves than for the people that elects them. Elections are not a do or die affair. Those who postulate do or die as a mantra in political competition have very little to offer. They see violence as the only route to power. Elections are about mutual respect for one another. They are about putting first what is in the best interest of the people. What our nation needs now, more than ever before, is a servant president. A God-fearing president whose honesty, words, and actions mean a lot to the people and are therefore synchronized and mutually reinforcing. That the current regime has no respect for the wishes of the people of Sierra Leone and is bent on installing an ethnocentric and a one-party rule. It is my considered view that all well-meaning Sierra Leoneans should deny them the opportunity to validate their illegitimacy by not participating in any political processes. I therefore wish to reiterate unequivocally that Mr. Connor's actions were tantamount to a coup d'etat by other means. I also therefore reaffirm the position of the All People's Congress as stated in our party's press release of 30th of June 2023. Yes, sir. And in that respect, I want all of us, both present and absent, as strong APCians and as strong Sierra Leoneans seeking for the salvation of Sierra Leone, commend and appreciate the boldness, the sacrifice, and the pride of our non-participating parliamentarians, our mayors, our chairmen, and our elected councillors. We pray very fervently that you continue to be patient and remain as resolute as ever before in this, your patriotic act. The party will ensure that at the very commencement of the dialogue, we shall And I repeat, at the very commencement of the dialogue, the party will ensure that we agree that you, parliamentarians, you, our mayors, you, our councillors, are fully, you don't lose any of your entitlements, and that these entitlements will be given to you retroactively. This, as a core demand in our party's position paper for the dialogue. Your position will be a #1 item on the dialogue agenda. Therefore, you have nothing to fear. May the grace of the Almighty continue to rest upon you. We must also be proud of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, whose energy and strength continue to hold us together in seeing through our noble ambition, which is to see that the political wrong against the people of Sierra Leone is promptly corrected. They have thrown the light on the regime's atrocious malpractices in their massive demonstrations and petitions overseas. We thank them and we bless them. Today, and going into the future, our individual and collective resilience, resistance, and vigilance should make it difficult for rogue politicians to steal a public election and expect to get away with such conduct without facing the wrath of the people who voted for them. I want to call on the international community and all Sierra Leoneans to continue to do their own part in ensuring that our democracy is restored through building integrity in our elections management bodies, in particular the Electoral Commission and the security apparatus. Why we must encourage and participate in the political dialogue? Why should we participate in the dialogue? Let me today further inform everybody that this dialogue, which is evolving with international mediation and with firm approval by our party leadership, was the key product of my short interaction with President Bill, and which was considered by both of us as the most peaceful recourse to resolve the existing political impasse, while bringing back sanity and confidence and respect to all our people. Let me therefore, on the eve of the forthcoming inter-party dialogue, essentially between the APC and the illegitimate powerful regime, humbly assure all of you that I, Samura Kamara, as your leader, I have not, I will never ever betray your trust and confidence. Let me humbly assure you all that I, Samura Wilson Kamara, I have not and will never ever betray your trust and confidence. You are always on my mind. You are always in my prayers. And you are always in my noble plans to build back a stable, peaceful, united, and prosperous Sierra Leone. The dialogue we're entering into is meant to give peace and diplomacy a chance in solving an impasse that can only heighten the existing political tensions, if not resolved, leading very likely to continuing lethal violence and political intimidation. The dialogue puts the integrity and dishonesty of Mr. Kone and the ECSL at the center. The two are one, and you must realize that their actions has put the country at the highest risk of developmental vulnerability and political instability. This has resulted in a funding squeeze, both in terms of aid, in terms of private finance, and even in terms of domestic businesses, and has tarnished the country's image and our international reputation, adding to the stigma already befallen in Sierra Leone. Most importantly, the dialogue is expected us to help and to enable us to unravel the truth in a peaceful manner before Sierra Leoneans and the rest of the world. It's time to say the truth, speak the truth, and do the truth. Indeed, the dialogue offers a unique opportunity for all Sierra Leoneans to right the wrongs of the just concluded June 24 elections and restore our democracy, which has been ruined because of the quest for power and control by this political regime. I want to assure all of you that as we prepare ourselves for the dialogue, the party, the APC party leadership has been and remains very coherent and firmly determined to advance the interests of the people. The APC leadership is very determined to take it to its logical end. Usabi all? That's the message. Our regular interaction with you, as well as with the international community, in our quiet moments, have further strengthened the party's resolve to build a sustainable, peaceful, united, democratic, and resourceful country. As you are all watching our back, be rest assured that we are also watching your back. Such is what Sierra Leone needs, and it is what the APC party leadership will continue to advocate and fight for now, tomorrow, and even after. In conclusion, on behalf of myself and the leadership of the party, let me commend and thank the grassroots countrywide for your unwavering support, for your resilience, for enduring painful arrests, and for the trust you have placed in me, your son. You are my strength. You have kept me going. I am not, and I will never, ever betray your trust. I would also like to recognize and thank my running mates, our party chair, Reverend Chairman, his deputy, Alhaji, the National Secretary General, Mr. Lansana Dumba Escort, all other executive officers at all levels of the party, and everybody else here and there, for staying focused and for providing to remain steadfast in our noble cause. We are fighting a good fight till the end. I want to express my profound gratitude also to the international and local elections observer missions and monitors that worked hard to ensure that the results produced by ECSL reflected the votes cast by Sierraleoneans. I am proud of the work that they did, and I am grateful for the support provided to the electoral process in order to secure credible elections. I sincerely do affirm my strong disappointment, as well as your own disappointment following Mr. Connor's results announcement. Let me, at this material time, also encourage all of you to express our individual and collective condolences, deepest condolences to all APCians and non-APCians as innocent citizens who have lost their lives in this noble journey. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. And may light perpetual shine upon their gentle soul. May the God Lord, the Almighty good Lord, may He intervene and cause us as true Sierraleoneans to see, speak the truth, and do the right thing. May He give us the grace to be patient, to understand one another, and support one another. No one man can do this. No one woman can do this. I'm enlightened by the unity within the APC. No other party has this unity and resourcefulness except the All People's Congress Party of Sierra Leone. Accordingly, and finally, Mr. Kone, I'm talking to him now. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, with whosoever you are, in whatever situation you are, the people of Sierra Leone, the voters, demand that you produce their polling station vote count sooner rather than later. Vote counts which will be subjected to an independent forensic audit. This action by Mr. Kone will then help us to determine the next course of action by the party and by the people of Sierra Leone. Away! Away! God bless the APC. And the peace, unity, democracy prevail in this land that we love, our Sierra Leone. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, I thank you all. God bless you.
APC. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this special press conference, wherein we all gather to hear a statement delivered by our leader, Dr. Samura Kamara. Members of the Fourth Estate invited to this program, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary, Mohammed Kamara, will address you accordingly. Thank you. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end. Thank you.